Hello and welcome folks to the Tradman Traditional Window Cleaning channel. Today we have this job to do in and out, a lovely customer who's actually moving out from the premises, so hence why things are a bit higgledy-piggledy. So she's actually moving away up north, so she's asked us to do a final in and out clean. And yes, we've got these windows to do here in and out, and here, got some patio doors. She's also asked us to do this door glass here, both sides. There, some windows in there. We've got a kitchen, windows there, and also some Velux windows there. So we'll show you them and then we'll get to work. And we've got some Veluxes there which are really nice and easy hand height. And I could actually flip them while I'm here and do the outsides from inside, but normally when I'm just doing the external, I do the outside with a Gardner SLX 30 foot and the Moerman accelerator squeegee on the end and do them from outside. Normally this job is external, but this time it's an in and out, so we've got that one there. We use this small extension pole, one there, and some windows there. Okay, don't think there's anything in here. Nope, just a cupboard, that's fine. Okay, so we will start up here as soon as we're here and get to work. Okay then folks, for this window here, what we're going to do is basically turn this into a minus angle tool. Now the next Moerman accelerator, as you've probably seen, Moerman have posted something on Facebook about the new accelerator which will have minus angles inbuilt. But until then, which will be obviously nice and easy to do, but until then what you can do is flip this round the other way so the handle is grabbing the bit of the channel that faces towards you. So basically if the channel was normally that way, I've turned the channel to face the user, if you get what I mean. So the flick pad's like that. And what that will allow us to do is have minus angles now. So that'll create my job a little bit easier for doing here. So this is why this tool is so handy, because I'm not going to need to detail the edges there. And another tip I would give you when doing and working inside is make sure your flick pad or your applicator is quite dry. Don't make it dripping wet. You don't want floods coming down the window. Now, because I can't really get up there and open it and do it from inside, I'm going to have to clean that window from outside, but that's not a problem. Okay, now I can't actually get a towel on there either because the angle's so steep that the towels just fall off. So I've just put something down there to catch anything that drips from the top. And any runs that are coming down from here, I'll just have to catch with the flick pad. It's quite an awkward window to do. You can get things like the Unger Stingray, things like that, which apparently are quite good, but they're quite expensive, and the packs to refill them are not exactly cheap either. So if you can do it this way, you just got to make sure your flick pad is quite dry as it can be. And then you can still do the window, you know. So there's no drips coming off of there whatsoever yet, because it's the bare minimum solution that's on the glass. So what that allowed me to do is close out the bottom like so, and then if I'm really quick, get my cloth on there and just catch any drips that are coming down the wood. There we are. No drama, happy days. Okay, there we have it. So it's a bit annoying this, because obviously they didn't think of that when they put in the Velux window when building this house, that it's not exactly the easiest thing to try and clean from inside. You can't really set up anything like ladders or anything, so you kind of have to do it with a pole. But that's how you conquer it. You need a tool that will give you minus angles, and this will allow you to do that if you spin the channel round the other way around. But I think it's around about April kind of time, there's going to be the new accelerator, which will have minus angles and positive. So you can be able to do that even easier. So let's crack on and do this one here as well. It's still in minus angles, which is handy because that's what I need to close out and work on this window at the correct angle, because obviously the glass is going up at that angle. So I need the blade to be sitting kind of at the same kind of idea as well. So the blade is, I'm trying to kind of make you picture it in your head, but you can see there, the blade is kind of sitting back like that. That's what you need for doing windows like this above your head. There we are. And it's wooden frames, this as well. A lot of this stuff is all wood. So it's working nicely on the wood, no problems. And close out. There we are. All right, so we've got one in the toilet here. Same again. A bit thinner, this one. But it's okay, this is a 10-inch flick pad and channel, so that fits nicely in these windows, no problem at all. The beauty of the next accelerator handle is it's even better at closing out. You'll see this handle is quite chunky, so sometimes closing out can be a bit of an issue. So the next handle will be a lot sort of thinner, a lot flatter. Closing out will be a lot easier as well. So it's just going to make life a lot easier, the next tool. But until then, we've still got this accelerator. I'll just tidy up the bottom of that window there. There we are. There's a bit of a groove that goes down and in past the wood, which obviously your squeegee can't get to, so I'm just drying off that, because I can just get my finger in the cloth in that groove and clean that. But the rest of it, detail free, don't have to touch any of it. Anything the squeegee can do, I don't need that, so that's great. So let's crack on. We've got the 12-inch, prime the rubber, and away we go. Whenever I say prime the rubber, basically all that means is that I'm making sure that the rubber is wet. The liquidators, because there's more friction on the ends of the channel, it needs to be nice and wet, nice and soapy. Otherwise you get the friction, the rubber pulls, and then the lines. That's why you need to add the soap to the washer, so you don't get any of that. We don't want that. Right, I've got this glass here to do door glass. So can I turn on some lights? That would be good. We'll probably use the 8-inch here as well, because the pane is a little bit bigger than for 6-inch. I could probably get this done in less moves with the 8. So when you're coming across your windows, obviously pick something that's just over half the width of the window if you can, and that way you can get it done in fewer moves. The smaller the squeegee, the more fanning movements. Boom, just like that. Right, we'll get our dry cloth and dry this. And up, round, down, close out. From the bottom, up, round, down, close out. So there we are, and it's working on this wooden door. There's obviously no seals on an internal wooden door, so there you are. It's working nicely. And because I'm running the applicator really quite dry, and the soap has been added to the washer as well, it means the solution isn't running down the woodwork, and I've got plenty time to catch the drips. I mean, you can see yourself, look, there's the solution. It's almost pretty much stationary. It's not really going anywhere, so it's giving me plenty time to mop everything up around the framework. Otherwise, if it was a runny solution, if I was using solution that had come from a bucket, there would be floods coming down the door. Obviously you could wring it out a bit. That's going to obviously lessen the amount that's coming down the door, but the thicker your solution is, the slower that it's going to run. Okay, so for this kind of thing, it's perfect. Internals, soap on the applicator, and running a little bit drier than you would obviously on the outside. So that's really good for doing internals, guys. Okay, we're good to go and do this kitchen window now. Now normally the kitchen ones are usually quite bad, because obviously you get the splashes coming out of the sink. So we're going to move this stuff out of the way. Okay, I'll put that down there. Fantastic. Right, now there's some ingrained stuff here, so I reckon this is going to need a little bit of bronze wool. But seeing as we're at the sink as well, we'll give this a little bit of a wet up. It's running a wee bit too dry, So we're going to give it a soak and some soap. The good thing about this pouch, this new Moerman Sidekit pouch, is it's got 2 bottle holders. So I can carry my water and I can carry my soap. Now, because it's got soap in the applicator already, from when I first started the job, I don't really need much soap to top it back up. So it's just a little bit, just to get that good, thick consistency again. So we're gonna soap up the window, both of them. Try not wallop my leg off of this dishwasher. Okay, right, and I'll leave that there just now because we're gonna soap up again in a minute, but I'm just gonna grab my bronze wool. And I always do this with kitchen windows because these are the ones that get all the dirty dishes, splashes. So it's good to give them a good go. Anything with, I suppose, fingerprints and sticky bits, use a bit of bronze wool. This actually used to be bigger than that, it was about that size, but I cut my bronze wool pads in half because you don't need it that big. You can cut it in half and get twice as long out of it. So, and that's all you need for in-hand use. It takes up just the width of the hand there. So that's all you can get pressure on, obviously, so you might as well have it that size. Right, there we go, and we'll do this one. I need Go-Go Gadget long arms. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Okay, should be all right, that. Now what I'll do is, rather than put it away, I'll leave that there just in case I need it again. Soap up and blade it down and see how it's looking. Okay, we'll get our 14-inch. Now you can either obviously prime the rubber, get it wet by doing that, or you can give it a dab on the applicator there and it'll perform nicely. There won't be any squeaking or rubber pulling or lines or anything like that. I think half the issue people get when they get lines is that the rubber's too dry when they go to start. It's not like a standard squeegee where there's not as much friction on the ends, obviously. This needs a slippier solution to work. So just bear that in mind when you go to blade the window, that you need to prime your squeegee first. I know it's a little bit more fiddly, but you get into a habit of being on autopilot. When you come to do the window, you'll get into a habit of just sort of doing that first, or just after you've soaped it, you'll go like that and then start. I mean, how long does that take? You know? Just to prime it, and then it performs beautifully and you get the benefits of the zero detailing. So that'll cure, if you've got lines or anything like that, try that. That's a simple little fix. And there we have it. All that little bits have come off, that's brilliant. I've still to do the outsides yet, so that's okay. And we'll just dry up this. So what we'll do is we'll cut the footage here and I'll rejoin you once I'm outside. It looks like the wind's died down now, but that'll be good because I've still got a high window to do. That Velux on the stairwell there. Apart from that, all the other Veluxes have been done externally from inside, so that's handy. So let's crack on. I'll get the rest of this internals finished and we'll see you and meet you back here for the externals.